sad.
Final maneuver.
Probably the most I ever cried reading a book.
I don't know if I'm in the right headspace, Kelsey.
But it's like happy tears.
Okay.
It was sad tears for some of it, but it was happy tears for that. Well, hi.
Yes, we're starting this podcast with a book review, brief book review by Kelsey here, of something called Atmosphere that's about lesbian astronauts, which is amazing. I'm loving this concept. Kelsey, tell our readers why they need to read this book pronto.
Oh, goodness. I just want to say I cried so much reading this book. It's the most I've ever cried from a book. And when you hear that, you think sad tears. It has sad, but it has a lot of happy tears.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful story. Taylor Jenkins Reid does a really good job of writing this kind of story, so I do recommend it. It just came out recently, so it's a fun little book.
See, the thing is, happy things that make me cry so much more than sad things. Like, if something's just depressing, I'll kind of just be sitting there like, wow, that's depressing. But if something's like so joyful it makes me cry, I'll be bawling for days. So I know how that feels.
Yeah, it's like, I just don't want to spoil things. It's like you think something bad's happening, but then it's okay.
Yeah, it's like
don't spoil it.
Yeah,
No.
it's all good. But it's so good. It really is.
Yeah.
It's to a point that I've been seeing a lot of people at the library I work get the book, and I get the courage, and I go up to them, and I'm like, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. Read it. It's a really good book.
Don't say no to this one. Don't chicken out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put these headphones on for just a second
Yeah,
to
make
listen
sure
to
we're
them.
sounding good.
Yeah, because I don't want this review to be lost, this content.
Bro,
Yeah, no, we sound fantastic
That's
here.
great. Yay.
I
Yeah,
might
it's a
keep these
really-
on for this episode.
Okay.
Now, we also have a mukbang going on here because there are these chewy Chips Ahoy that have Reese's Pieces or peanut butter Reese's in there, and I'm eating these. I'm addicted to them already.
Yeah, I went to the
food
store
ASMR.
beforehand to get a Diet Coke for Ben, a coffee for Emily.
Are you
Must have a
trying-
Diet Coke every time.
And while I was there, I was trying to find the blueberry pie Oreos because they sound really good. If you've had them, tell me if they're good.
We're looking for them. We're hunting across the
hunting.
nation, high and low, and we can't find them. We need to know.
I saw them once, and I should have gotten them when I saw them. But now I saw Chips Ahoy Reese's Cups one, and I was like, that sounds yummy too.
pretty
So
good.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying. I haven't tried one yet, but I will soon.
Now,
But
what are we actually talking about today? I asked with my
Yes.
mouth full. Maybe irrelevant.
it is.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were actually talking about a show called Supersize versus Superskinny. So this was a show I would watch. I think it came on TV a little bit, but I mainly watched it on YouTube to kind of point out because it's a British show. And a lot of people don't know about this show.
It's a hidden gem.
Kind of, I guess.
You could call it a gem in some regards.
Some people would consider it a gem, yeah. I wanted to talk about how I heard about this show. I mentioned I saw it on YouTube. But before it, did you ever hear about the show?
No.
No,
So
not
you've
me.
never seen anything about it.
No.
Yeah, when you were talking about this the first time, I just assumed you were talking about the movie Supersize Me, because I have seen that. That's also a very gross movie. That was just a social experiment. I'm sure folks out there have seen it. But that's what I thought you were talking about, so I didn't know there was anything different about this one.
Yeah, they're not eating. Some of them might be eating McDonald's, but they're not eating McDonald's like that. So it was a British reality TV show where they would pair up someone who is super size with someone who is super skinny. And they would trade meal plans for a week, and they would have meals together so they could hear and watch the interactions. Like people could make comments about what they're eating and stuff. So some of these meals will look like someone who's super skinny might just have coffee or water. And then a person who is super size will have like
Cheesecake for breakfast.
cheesecake or takeouts, things like that. And they will like, they would just trade it, but sometimes they had tables where they would actually spin it around to each other depending on the season.
So they got kind of
And they
gimmicky
would
there.
trade and have to watch each other eat these meals. And sometimes super skinny people will be really mean back, or sometimes a super sized person will be like, well, I'm only drinking water. Like you could try more. They would be really rude to each other.
What year is this? Like early 2000s or
It
2010s?
goes, yeah, it's a mix of us. It lasted for 7 seasons.
Oh,
Wow, so this was around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it ended in 2014.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's
was
kind of
college.
recent.
So started in 2007 and went all the way to
Around there, around
2014.
there. Yep. Mhm.
There was a lot less sensitivity in that time of
Yeah.
the world, I'll tell you.
Well, yes, they also like there's a lot of like Tumblr was really big during those times where people had like anorexia
Yeah,
and
there's-
like fin inspo and stuff like that. So it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense on this to be kind of popular. But they would basically starve the bigger person and stuff the smaller person. A lot of times they pair up people because of similarities. Like they would, oh, they're both moms. Like that would be I actually said mums, so I'm
Mums.
British.
It is British.
British.
You got to talk like the British.
So the mums, and then they would also like some of them had like they drink so many energy drinks or coffee or tea, so they would have that similarity. Men and women were on the show, so sometimes it was a man, especially like with a woman, like it would just change up all the time.
Wild.
So it was a very weird show.
This is just a bullying show because this is so unhealthy.
Yes,
It is. This is not at all how you get someone to change their ways.
Because I can't, I have to have, like I could never have just coffee for breakfast. I would die.
Yeah, everyone needs to like listen to their body in this
Yeah.
way of like, don't listen to it when it says eat 10,000 Chips Ahoy chewy Reese's cup. But
Maybe your body needs, your body's
knows?
craving something.
Yeah,
apparently, if you eat this many bananas, it works out for some people.
he does. So I yeah,
Not that any of us recommend that.
I would
No.
thought you were talking about potassium poisoning.
No, no.
I wonder who eats more, Freely the Banana Girl or Donkey Kong. I've been playing the new Donkey Kong game, and he can eat some bananas. I wonder if Freely and Donkey Kong would ever like trade notes.
They probably would. Oh gosh.
Put her in the video game.
Yeah, Freely the Banana Girl Bonanza. I would recommend this game.
So like I mentioned, I would watch this a lot on YouTube. That's how I mainly found it. But I do believe I remember it coming on some weird channel at some point. And they would have they would show like multiple episodes, kind of marathon kind of thing. In high school, I struggled with an eating disorder. So this show was kind of empowering to me and kind of an inspiration for me to become a nutritionist.
Really?
A dietitian, because of some of the content on it made me very passionate about it. You'll kind of hear about it. I'll point it out because there was a lot of segments in the show. Like it had the main point, but there was a lot of little sub things that were going on that were wild. But one of them I thought was really interesting. But now I'm a filmmaker and I work a day job at a library, so it didn't work out. I'm not a dietitian.
Yet.
Could always
still
do it.
do it.
I could still always do it.
See, what we're learning through this podcast is we all need to go back to school because we're figuring out like, well, why didn't we go to school for that? Like, Emily, you need to do your dissertation about the Bronze Age collapse in the gods. Like, you need to be a nutritionist, Kelsey. I need to be
No.
some kind of Star Wars supernatural encounters specialist.
I need to go back. If I go back, it's going to be marine biology or ants or something like that. Like it's going to be some weird STEM science. But this show is wild. It's unhinged, but it does have some good parts. And I did put it in parentheses, but is that enough to offset the bad?
No.
No, it's mostly bad.
Jeez.
This is what it would show you when you started the show. They would put their weight into stones. That's how they would do it. I don't remember. I think stones is like 14 pounds or 16 pounds.
It's one of those UK things. Like, I
Yeah.
remember
I think
learning
it's like
once
either
what a stone
14
was.
or 16. Something like that. She's going to look it up.
So,
'Cause I used to remember the exact number.
Yeah, like I remember
14. You're
it's
right.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
had it. I remember when I was losing weight and I went and talked to a guy from Ireland and told him like how I was doing. He was like, "Oh, you lost a stone," and I must have just lost 14 pounds. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's what a stone is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the embarrassing part of the show is they always had them like in their underwear and bra for like the weigh-in and all of that. So they're very like they kind of embarrass these people for this kind of
They're
thing.
making them feel like
and show
bugs
their
under
exactly
microscopes.
their weights and who they're getting paired up with. It's kind of weird.
you said there would be grotesque stuff.
Grotesque
Lord.
things. Yeah, it's more of like other things they would have in it. I'll kind of
Oh,
point
okay.
out some areas they would have grosser things in. So this is our host. This is the host of the
Yes.
show. There was a lot of memes I found out for this. I did not know there were memes, but this one says, "I'm going to weigh you publicly on the television and have an opinion about it."
And that's pretty much what he would do.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So this is Dr. Christian Jess. He is not a dietitian or a nutritionist. He actually is. He studied sex health. He is a doctor, but he studied sex health.
Why would he go into this
Interesting.
off of studying sex health?
Yeah. So
Way outside the wheelhouse there, buddy
he
boy.
advocates for HIV education and testing. In 2015, he was named National HIV Testing Week Ambassador. So that's his specialty. His specialty is not nutrition. And that's why there's another slide I'm going to be doing in a moment. But he is best known for appearing on Channel 4 programs like Embarrassing Bodies.
Embarrassing Bodies? There was a show called Embarrassing Bodies.
They're the
Wild
same
time.
time frame. And Supersize versus Superskinny. That's what he's famous for.
They just needed a doctor title.
Yep.
We need anyone.
Well,
Yeah.
because like the idea of a doctor gives you like, oh, they're experts in this stuff, but
People
We're
just
gonna
hear the
talk about
word
this.
doctor and they think it like automatically qualifies them for anything.
yep. That's why I made this slide to give you an explanation of what a nutrition versus a dietitian versus a normal doctor. So nutritionists and dietitian are often used interchangeably. They're not. They're not the same at all. A nutritionist is someone who like they just can get a degree that varies state by state. It could just be a certification. It could be really anything that can let them become a nutritionist. A dietitian completes a bachelor degrees in dietetics, and then they have a supervised practice, which is an internship, at least 1,000 hours. And then they have to pass a national exam to become a dietitian. That's how you become certified in this. And most of the time, they have master's degrees in nutrition.
So it's harder to become a dietitian.
It's very hard to become a dietitian. It's very different from a nutritionist who doesn't really need anything. You can just claim to be a nutritionist. Freely the Banana Girl can come out here and be like, I'm a nutritionist because I took a nutrition certification.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Doctors, they do take a little bit of nutrition in med school, but barely any to qualify to be on a nutritionist level. They are not nutrition experts at all. They don't take thousands of hours in nutrition classes.
No.
They might get a little bit where they might learn a food pyramid and that kind of thing, but that's about
the
it.
food pyramid. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of us reacted to that with a little bit of
Gosh.
cringe.
That's basically what they're going to learn. They mainly diagnose and treat patients, but the in-depth nutrition information should come from a dietitian. So your doctor can be like, hey, lay down on the fats. Don't eat the red meats. They can say that. But a nutritionist is someone who's going to actually, dietitian.
Dietitian.
Nutritionist is someone who's going to fake it. Dietitian is someone who's actually certified in this and is going to make you a whole meal plan and like go through it and help you with your goals. So
Okay.
look for a dietitian if you guys actually go to get help.
I do actually recall at one point going through this pipeline because I was looking to solve some kind of issue where every time I ate a meal, I would burp for like hours. And this may be TMI, but it's not even the kind of burps that's like a loud belch. It's just this sort of like annoying bubble of air that just builds up here and then it has to get like forced out and it doesn't even sound like a burp. So I was like, why is that happening? I went to my doctor about it and we tried stuff from the doctor. Doctors just put you on medicine, man. That's what they do. They're like, take this. Oh, that's not working. Take this. Try that pill, the purple one, the pink one. And finally, I got to a dietitian who was just like, are you eating a lot of fat? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I am. It's like, stop eating the fat. And I did, and it worked.
Yeah, the
That was all it
doctors,
was.
the doctors are smart, but like they have so much they have to learn. And it's like medical school. They're meant to just like diagnose and try to treat you. While the dietitians are going to go into the nutrition side of it, and they're going to really go through it. So dietitians are the ones you're looking for. They are the experts.
Yeah.
He is not an expert just because he's a doctor. His specialty is in sex health. He should not be giving any of these people meal plans. Just to point that out. So off my little tangent about what a dietitian is, because I almost was one.
Wow.
So I think I mentioned it. So it started in 2008 and went on for 7 seasons until 2014. So, and you'll see a lot of articles like this. How did we let shows like Supersize or Superskinny happen? The show ran for 7 exclamation mark.
How did we stray so far from God's plan?
It's a wild thing that this show lasted for so long.
And there were a ton of shows in that genre, like Who Wants to Be the Biggest Loser or something.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's
the
American
Julian
version,
Michaels.
Yeah,
those kind of
stuff, Julian
shows.
Michaels. And
Yeah, so they have a thing called the feeding clinic. This is where the pair will meet. At the meeting clinic, they are publicly weighed and compared to each other. And the goal of the show is for the bigger person to lose weight and the smaller person to gain weight. That's the whole point.
so they're trying to sort of even them out. Like, obviously, you can't do that in the
Yeah.
course of the show
Same.
completely, but they want to like get them on that path.
Yeah, but that's the goal. Let's make them to live healthier lives outside of this.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It says, go on back to a feeding clinic where you must eat things you do not want for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. This isn't helping.
Feeding clinic sounds like something where, there's those people that kind of get off on feeding another person.
Yes, that's what I
that
was
sounds like
thinking.
something
That's what
that
I was
would be in that zone of perversion.
Well, I think it's because I do look at a lot of like eating disorder things. They do a lot of times call them feeding clinics and stuff like that. That's like a normal term for it sometimes.
Yeah, it makes me a little uncomfortable.
To me, it's like, nah, but I can understand why you might think of it.
I mean, that's just where both of our minds went. It was to that like weird kind of thing where, oh, you like eating those cookies, don't you? Have another. Yeah.
So the show would start with the tubes. So the tubes were these 2 giant tubes where they will show what the person eats visually throughout the whole week. So it's these giant tubes and they would just fill it with food. They pour all the food and drink that person has for the whole week in it. They'll start with breakfast, all the lunches, all the dinners, all the snacks, and it would just be like a supersized person would have this huge, almost like filled up. I've seen a few actually fill up the whole tube. And then some of them will be super skinny, is like really small.
So is it like a giant test tube looking thing?
Yeah, it's giant. You'll see it in the next photo.
Oh, damn. You do have a picture of it.
Oh,
there it is.
no.
That's what it is.
That's the
Gross.
comparison.
All the food they are wasting
Yeah.
to put them into the feeding tubes to show what these people eat in a week.
It's really weird that they would sort of pit a man against a woman with like how different the internal chemistry would be.
They do it differently. It depends on the episode, like how many people I guess they have participating in it. Because sometimes it will be 2 men, sometimes it'll be 2 women, sometimes it'll be a woman and a man. It just really depends. Sometimes they would have similarities. Like I remember one where again they both really liked energy drinks. It was a man and a woman, so they would go throughout the thing and they would take away the energy drinks from them too. So they had to go cold turkey on energy drinks while also starving or stuffing themselves.
This is a bad time.
No more go-go juice.
And it's just also just so weird to be in like undergarments in front of each other while you compare our sizes and how we eat, and then having to go live with each other for a week at the feeding clinic.
I thought they were just having meals together.
No, they live with each other?
They live in the same thing because they have to also give each other snacks throughout the day. They have to pull them aside and show them different things. It's very interesting. So it's like a whole like little place to go stay at.
It's like a camp. They make
It's
you
a nice
camp
house
out there.
Yeah, it's a nice little house. So you switch meals. So for 5 days, they would trade meals for every meal. Obviously, this can be dangerous to drastically change someone's diet, but the show is supposedly supervised by medical professionals. That's all they say.
But they're HIV professionals.
Yeah, HIV professionals.
They don't tell us anything else, like really what's there, who's doing this and that. But you can see he got a meal like where it's all of his food. He got nothing for a meal.
Wow.
And he wouldn't be allowed to eat.
It's okay. It's supervised by medical professionals, HIV professionals. So if these 2 men kind of fall in love and hook up, then it will be safe. But who cares about what they're eating?
Yeah.
Because your blood sugar would drop if you change.
Yeah.
Going from eating
drastic change.
a lot and then nothing.
They probably had some kind of stretcher ready. I mean, there's probably something like if this person drops or like goes into shock, we can take them to the hospital.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do.
Well, I mean, he is a doctor, so he probably could do at least the basic stuff of like trying to treat them if something happened. But it is very weird.
I'm just wondering if that ever happened. Like if anybody ever.
Nope. Oh,
Video.
yeah, video.
Media.
Somebody gave me a cup of coffee for sake.
Hi then, let's go get breakfast.
And for dairy-hating Jade, Julie's cheesy start to the day just isn't helping.
Okay. Bacon, mushroom and cheese sandwich.
Here's my gag.
I'm sorry.
Especially as her usual morning fix of the fizzy
But
stuff,
also,
aka
her being
Julie's
so
liquid
mean to her,
breakfast,
being like,
is in
"Hey,
reaching
this is gonna make me
distance.
gag," and she's just like, "I'm sorry." Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just creating this
2 days free
animosity.
of stimulants, Jade is ready to snap.
I just felt like crying. My body now, needs the stuff. So me not having it, it's like a druggie coming off. Drugs.
no, I don't have
With
caffeine.
dependency, there's usually a trigger point. So Julie and Jade join forces and look to their past to pinpoint where their food issues started.
This was almost segments they would have sometimes.
Yeah. What is with these artistic shots, like through the silverware, whatever that was?
Is when the weight started going on.
Why do you think, you started to gain weight?
Well, I've always said I don't feel like I comfort eat.
Yeah.
But looking back, I think I must have done, because that's when my granddad was in hospital and he died shortly after that.
Go all of it. But yeah, so you kind of see.
That's basically the interaction.
Sort of proving me wrong. It seems to show that I do.
Yeah. No. It's always weird when it does that. Yeah, it does look a lot of things like they'll have meals, and sometimes they would talk about it for pictures, but that's not always a thing that they would do during conversations. So yeah, snacks. So often at times there were the underweighted person was suddenly given more food throughout the day. Because the overweighted person might drink tea or coffee, have a small snack or something like that. So it was a lot of food they would eat. Sometimes it was just candy. They would be given like candy bars and candy bars.
Because the bigger people are eating candy that much, and the smaller one has to suddenly do it too.
Yep. So you're really getting a lot of food thrown into them. Sometimes they were able to leave a feeding clinic for a meal swap, because sometimes it would be like, oh, they both really love Indian takeout. It would be things like that. And they might go to an Indian restaurant and switch food that way. Yeah. So they had some outside things. But most of the time, it was usually in the clinic.
But they would have had to find common ground to get to pass out.
Yeah. So they would basically do it as like when they would do the whole pairing people up, they always try to find similarities in it. Mm-hmm. Side quests. So throughout the show, there's a lot of little segments that go on. The first one is they would be shown the extent of their poor diet. Uh-huh. And this is where it can get a little gross. For a super skinny person, it usually be like showing them photos of their body and being told about like the drastic, like long-term health effects of their choices. And they'll like often be like if the person's a mom, like a mom, they would do things like, they'd be like, well, don't you want to grow up, like see your kids grow up and all that? Like you're leading to a point where you're probably going to die early. Mm-hmm. Great. Like they would do things like that. But for a supersized person, it started off with video calls to America.
Oh no.
Where they would talk to someone in America who is overweight, dealing with some really like having their foot cut off, like that kind of thing. And that's where you get the very visual images of the foot that they're about to cut off and toes missing and people's weight. It's just like things like that. And eventually it turned into them actually being sent to the US and spending the day with someone who is very obese and being like, this is your future.
That's funny though, that it's always Americans like over in the UK.
Well, that's the whole point of the show, is that they don't want to be like America. The UK is becoming closer like America's obese rates. So their thing is trying to convince these people that you don't want that.
You don't want to be American, do you?
Yeah, that's the scariest thing you could say to somebody from the UK.
Yeah, we don't want to be like America. So they're hoping that this will shock them into wanting to be better and choose healthier lifestyles. So that's the kind of point of it. It's usually very graphic, which is surprising. This is a person that actually wanted me to. I almost became a nutritionist because of this, dietitian because of this person. So one of the segments they would have had a group of people with eating disorders, and they would go out and try challenges. Mm-hmm. So it would be things like, like you're going to go to a grocery store and make a cheesy pasta. Mm-hmm. And they would give them like ingredients they have to go buy, and they would go buy it. They would do cooking meals together and having to eat in front of each other. And it was things like that. They would take a cooking class, which I thought was really cool. Mm-hmm. It would just she actually is a psychiatrist and a dietitian. So she would be there to kind of watch them and kind of push them to eat and test out their food fears. Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool way to handle eating disorders, instead of just being like, you have to eat.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. She would actually push them out of their comfort zones and see what best ways to help them. So I like that little segment they would have on the show. It would be completely different people in that, and it would go on a few episodes with the same people. It was really interesting. So I like that.
Much healthier than just like, no, you have to eat it. I mean, that's how you get somebody to accept something new. Is like you got to slowly expose them to it.
And these are people who have like really extreme eating disorders. So she really would help them get through it. So I liked this side quest. The rest of them are not very good.
No, this is the only like speck of light in this sea of darkness here.
Oh, Anna Richardson. So she was another segment that would happen on the show. She just liked to try a lot of fabs to lose weight. So she would do a lot of weird ones. I remember one, I think it was for Beyonce, where she drank lemon juice, water, cayenne pepper, just like liquid she would make. No, it would be like a glass of it. Oh. And that would be like all she had for days.
Like a shot of cayenne pepper?
You put the cayenne pepper in a glass with water and lemon juice.
Oh, it's all together. Okay, I thought the cayenne pepper was its own thing.
You put a little bit of maple syrup or honey or something in it too. You mix it up and you drink that. And the cayenne pepper is supposed to make you lose weight. It's supposed to boost your metabolism.
Because it's spicy.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right? Uh-huh.
So she drank that for days to try to see if she would lose weight. And she'd do like a lot of other things. She did like a laser one where it caused a lot of bruising on her body. Basically, her series later turned into a group of people trying out these, and they were like fab fighters, and they would try different weight loss things. This was a very weird segment of the show. She would just be like, basically, it would like a journalist be like, I'm going to test out this. We'll see what happens kind of thing. And then she would try it and then report back and be like, is this worth it?
So it's almost like Mythbusters in this weird way.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Not as cool as Mythbusters.
No,
but
nothing
yes.
as cool as Mythbusters.
It would have that kind of style. This is
big bums.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. She would do basically the same thing as the other person you just saw, except her whole thing was targeting bums. And she's walked around the UK with a sign that literally said, I couldn't find a photo of it for you guys, but she had a sign and she would say, ban big bums, ban big bums.
Oh no, Sir Mix-a-Lot in shambles. He likes big butts and he cannot lie, but she just wants them gone.
She embarked on a mission. Her name's Julian Mck, on a mission to help reduce the size of a nation's rears, is what she would say. And she is a holistic nutritionist.
Oh, another fold to this thing, huh?
Not a dietitian, holistic nutritionist. So keep that in mind.
Is holistic a red flag for you?
Yes.
I think it kind of always is. It's one of those big words that's hard to even explain what it means. Like it's always contextual to whatever the thing is.
And it's just not regulated to make sure it's so that is a huge red flag. It actually reminds me when I was at the library the other day working, I was looking at one book. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a cookbook. And as I was like looking at it, I saw holistic nutrition at this, and I immediately looked at my coworkers and said, this is a red flag for me. Like this is bad. Don't trust her. When it says that, I don't.
Whenever someone throws the word holistic at me, it kind of gives me like PTSD to when I was in high school. And they pushed us through this like segment that we had to choose our college to go to in our degree before we were even sophomores. Like we were freshmen in high school, and they're like, no, you need to have your future figured out. And they kept using this term that was like holistic college applications or something. And I don't even know what it meant. Like I never even like got a good explanation what it meant, but that was what they're like, obviously this has nothing to do with nutrition, so I won't go on and on about it. But that's just what the word holistic makes me think of. And I've never gotten a definition for the word holistic from anyone that made any sense to me. I think it's just a nonsense word that's thrown in front of things to make it seem like the person talking about them is smarter or like has this level of wisdom about them. But I don't know what it means. I've never known what it means. I've heard it described as like, it's just concerning the whole rather than a certain aspect. But like, what does this have to do with this? Like, I just hate that word.
It just reminds me, I babysat for a family one time, and the mom was a yoga teacher, and then she also did Beachbody, which was like MLM. Where she basically gets people to buy these protein powders and buy these workout plans. And she was a big advocate for that. She was also very like holistic nutritionist kind of thing. It's like you're not an expert in this, but they act like they are.
Yeah,
like anyone could become a Beachbody coach. Like anyone could do it. You could sign up, pay with $60, and bam. You're part of
the
it.
Pyramid scheme.
It's very bad. But her whole thing was big bums. She just wanted to get rid of them. She would try different treatments. She would walk around with a giant sign. She would later also host a group of people who had big bums. Like I remember like the clip of it. It's wild. It would have her segment. She would they like the woman would turn around, they're all in underwear and undergarments, and they like will pull out their underwear. And obviously the camera when it would turn away at that point, but it would be like that kind of thing. Like, boy, let's see how big these weirs are.
They're just inspecting people's butts.
Yeah. She would have them come in and they would try different ways to get smaller butts. And I believe she made a scoreboard to see who did the best on getting a smaller butt.
Oh my God.
But
It's
yeah,
a
that
competition.
was kind of a wild thing she would do. And it's like, is the size of your bums my business? No. But is your health my business? Also no.
Yeah.
But it's just like
Pretty
going
much.
around like the UK with a giant sign. Like if people want to sign up for your workout thing, fine, I guess. But going around and like having a sign being like ban big bums is weird.
They should have
That's
just gotten
so
a bunch
weird.
of people with big bums to go find her with that sign and moon her on the street or something.
Well, she had them do that in the exercise thing. So that was already something she might be onto.
Maybe
but
so.
it was just a weird thing segment that would happen. There was also a kids
Kids version. Oh my
Good
God. I thought it couldn't get worse.
job. There was a kids version. It was one season.
Yeah, that was nipped in the
In
bud. it seems like.
2011, there was a kid version of a show. It only had 4 episodes.
Yeah, I think they may have known they were crossing a little too far over the wire with that.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, look at these poor children.
Yeah, look at them. They look terrified. Those two look like they would rather be anywhere but there.
Yeah, it's really messed up. Luckily, they have them in there's a blue shirt and
Yeah, not
shorts
their
instead.
underwear.
They're not in their
Yeah,
underwear.
that's
Yeah.
good. So after the show, after they would finish the 5 days, they would be given a meal plan that they have to try out for a few weeks. And then they would come back for a public weigh-in and measuring. And then they would get to like reunite with each other, and they usually would dress really nice for it to be like they would actually have their hair done, makeup on, nice outfit, and they would go and greet each other again, like see how each other are, and then he would tell them their results, like, oh, you lost this many pounds or you lost this many things. Like that would be basically what they would do, and that would be the end of the show. The effects of a show. Obviously, it relies heavily on body shaming
Yeah.
to get the point across. This is embarrassing and harmful to the participants, but it's also messed up to the viewers watching the show. Obviously, people will feel bad about their bodies in that way or use it maybe as inspo, but I also saw some people wanting to use the show as a way to force themselves to eat.
Oh no.
So that was also like it can go the other way. Instead of being
Yeah.
finspo, it could be some people will say fatspo, but I feel weird saying that. But that might be something people use it as. So and then also there was a lot of body shaming between the participants.
Yeah.
Mainly the super skinny would say something really nasty, but there were some supersized people who would also
They got pretty nasty. to the
they
skinny
would
ones.
also be they would all be nasty to each other. And I mean I get it. You're starved on show or you're not getting your coffee in. So you're kind of being watched. And I can understand being like a little on edge, but they were sometimes are a little too mean to each other.
It seems so cruel. I mean, it's like engineered to create this animosity between these two people. Like there's no way they're not going to just resent each other through this process.
Especially like if you're going from like eating all this food to nothing.
Yeah.
Just water. Like I'm not going to like that person. And then it did not give advice to the viewers on how it could help their health.
No.
There's no advice there. You don't see what the diet plans those people have or anything like that. You might get to see like the only thing I can think of is maybe the segments where they're like, all these energy drinks you're drinking. This is all the sugar you have. That's the closest I can see. Or sometimes they would have like, this is how much cheese you eat in a year. Look at all this fat, like that kind of stuff. Like they would do that, but that's about it. This is also a very dangerous way. We mentioned that to make someone go from eating nothing to eating a lot. And then also someone who has a lot of food to eating nothing. Like that's all very dangerous. And
And cold
not
turkey
good.
is always dangerous.
no one ever on the show got sick or died.
Well, they can say that. They can be like, oh, no one ever died. Like, what did happen to them?
Well, nothing. I said that's what I'm saying. Like, no one ever got sick from it. No one had any problems on the show.
But yeah, they can use that to say like, no, we weren't doing
Yeah.
anything wrong. And
They
then-
can use that, but I'm also
they're
saying
not
that
doing
no
nothing
one
wrong.
did get hurt. So that is true because you would expect there to be like, oh, someone died on it. No one ever did. One person did die after a show later on, but because they passed away from a heart attack. But that's the only death related to the show.
Yeah,
Because
I can
she was
just so
honest.
see it. Like someone confronts these people and says like, hey, here's what you're doing so wrong. And they'd be like, well, no one ever got sick or died. And then they would never go past that point. Like
Yeah.
they're so convinced that they had this perfect thing
Yeah, I don't think they're fighting for it, though. I think it's more of like, this was something they had for a little while. Let's see what happens. And then the show ended. It was 7 seasons. I'm prescribing you a treatment that doesn't work and will profoundly humiliating. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's where it ends.
Oh my God.
That is the craziness of a show.
That was a show that existed. I guess
7 seasons.
I guess the reason I've never heard of it is it's because it's from the UK, but I've never heard of it, and that's crazy. Like, I still think it's wild to know that these things were out there and I never encountered them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of British shows that are also really popular in the US. I mean, The Office, the British Office was really popular. Skins UK was really popular. So this one was also just doing Doctor Who.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Doctor Who, whether you're in the US or in the UK. So, like, the fact that
and this did come on TV. You just had to find the right channels for it.
I mean, there are like BBC America channels, so they probably would have broadcast this on there.
Nah, probably not. I don't think they went to a lot of reality TV shows.
Maybe not, yeah.
But it did come on like weird channels, I think. Like really weird
just
ones.
Just like strange variety channels that would broadcast anything.
Like more like reality TV shows. But yeah, it's a weird one. But it mainly was a YouTube thing, something you would find on YouTube and kind of get pulled into, especially if you're on Tumblr too. You might get pulled into some of the inspo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a wild time. And this might have been the reason I would have became a dietitian.
That would have been insane if you'd actually gone through all that to be a dietitian.
I guess I wanted to help people with eating disorders. That was like my main thing I wanted to be a dietitian for, was I wanted particularly to help people with eating disorders.
So you could have said, if anyone ever asked you, there was an actual inspiration rather than, oh, it's because of this show, which would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even if there was the one person on the show that was legit.
Yeah, but nice little side segment on the show.
Yeah, the side
inspiration.
quest.
But yeah, the whole show itself, no. That's bad. But yeah, maybe my sister used to just watch the show all the time.
Yeah.
Wild.
This was
entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of shows like this that are just made to be entertainment. Like, if you look at the dead honest truth of this is a show just to entertain people. Yeah. It's like the circus, like, look at this fatty and then look at this twig. I have no thought in my head that this was ever intended to actually help anyone with their health.
Yeah.
Like, even if they would have maybe said so, or they might have had that veneer of it, I 100% believe there were like suits in a room saying, like, you know what people would like to like point their fingers at and laugh at. And then this.
Well, yeah, it's a mix of both. It's like probably the people on production wanted it to be like something like they help people, but all the producers, investors on the show.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking about.
But I definitely want to do a whole thing on like human zoos and how they've like evolved over time.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's
it is. It's the same concept, really. Yeah,
it goes into that. Because I want to go into like the YouTube families and all that, and like also all the TLC shows. So that's eventual either a nonfiction book or podcast little thing, but that's what I definitely want to write one day. It's just a whole thing about the human zoos.
Human zoo is just a concept that's like, as atrocious as it is, it's always been here and it never will go away.
It's
like,
messed
to
up.
this day, there's equivalents of human zoos, like you just said.
Yeah.
So
I just want to talk about how messed up it is and all the craziness of it. But yeah, that is Supersize versus Superskinny. Would you ever want to watch an episode?
I feel like I have to see one just to like. Yeah, I mean, I'm morbidly curious.
Yeah, like I feel like coming away, I'd feel awful. Like I would not enjoy it, but like I kind of need to see the train wreck.
Yeah.
To see what you're talking about.
I'm very interested to see like what the production style of this show is. Like we saw the one little clip of the two people interacting, but I want to see like the test tube segment, like how they just play that up and whether like it's what I'm thinking it probably is, because I'm totally seeing it as like this almost Nickelodeon slime-esque, look at this crazy stuff happening, we're throwing it in your face. I just know that era of TV that this was in was like all about that. So that's what I'm picturing.
We'll have to watch it sometime and see you guys' reaction to it.
Yeah, we got to do a little reaction video.
It's a wild show. But that's all I have for you guys today.
Oh, man. What a crazy thing.
Hungry.
Well, we got plenty of those Reese's
snacks.
cookies if you want to have some of those.
Yeah, make some popcorn also to have a salty to our sweet treats.
Yeah. I love that we're ending this by talking about what we're eating.
Yeah.
Like snack foods.
We're healthy, though.
Yeah, we're very healthy. I drink Diet Coke because like it's diet and there's nothing in there that's bad for you. I'm sure this much caffeine is just 100% good for you all the time. We're good with caffeine.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Let me know if you've seen this show or if you have any other weird shows like this that we should dive into, because I will always love to talk about these weird shows.
Definitely tell us to check anything out that you're thinking of right now, audience. And just a disclaimer, this episode is not sponsored by Chips Ahoy Reese's cookies. We just tend to like them.
But
Unless.
If they reached out to
wanted
us, we
to.
would not say no.
Yes.
That's all our disclaimers. Everyone out there, have a good day.
Yeah, bye.